Hey everyone, if you are considering making a purchase from Radiant Hair Co., if you are trying to buy a wig from them, you're thinking about buying a wig from them, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to listen to this review. I had an absolutely awful experience with Radiant Hair Co. I've purchased 5 wigs from them. I've spent about $7,000 total, if not more, on wigs from Radiant Hair Co. And it is just not a company I would suggest you guys give your money to. And I say that coming from the perspective of someone who has ordered both in-stock wigs and also 2 custom order wigs. So I'm posting this video. I didn't plan to post a video review, but I'm doing it because the review that I had posted on the owner's Facebook page for the business, Radiant Hair Co. on Facebook, she actually had a review section posted like most all business pages do. And when I went back into the page today, I noticed that review section was completely gone. So I speculate that the owner of the company deactivated the review section on her business page because she did not like this bad review right here. So you guys can go ahead and read that, pause it if you want. So back to my experience. Like I said, I have purchased 5 wigs from Radiant Hair Co., spent a lot of money with them. This is one of her wigs right here. And let me just kind of tell you guys a little bit about my interpretation of the quality of these wigs. Again, this is my opinion. This is summarizing my personal experience. If you had a different experience, if your experience was positive, that is awesome. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. We all have the right to free speech. And this is me just exercising that right. So this is a wig that I got from Radiant Hair Co. This was one of the first colors that I got. This is a 22-inch wig in the color Cosmic, and the color is actually really pretty. Like I give her props for how pretty a lot of her wigs are. It's one of the reasons why I was so attracted to her company when I first started purchasing from them. But I've had this wig, like I said, it was one of my first. I got it, I think, in 2023. And like the quality of the wig to me feels more synthetic. I'm not saying that it is synthetic. I'm saying that it feels like that. So like synthetic wigs tangle a lot more and they're just a lot harder to like brush out and maintain than human hair wigs. And that's how this feels. Now she does advertise these wigs as human hair wigs. And again, I'm not saying that they're not human hair wigs. I'm just saying that they don't behave like I would expect a human hair wig like this one from Lose Wigs. See how I can just run my fingers through that? No problem. Even though I was like outside with my horse in the wind. This one, I cannot run my fingers completely through. If I pull this anymore, it is going to rip the lace. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with that. But yeah, this is one of the wigs I got from her. I did an order separate times for 3 in-stock wigs, and then while I was loving those, rotating those wigs, through my, personal wearing, I decided to do 2 custom orders with Radiant Hair Co. I messaged directly with the owner, Natalie, I think, through the Radiant Hair Co. Instagram page, and I was actually wanting her to make a wig that was the same color as another wig manufacturer's wig. It was a wig that Lose Wigs produces. The color is called OC. It is a solid, like, one color copper wig. And I sent actually Radiant Hair Co. I sent her a picture from Lose Wigs website showing this wig, and I said, hey, can you guys do this? Can you make this color? I want to look like I was plucked right off the hills in Scotland. She checked with her stylist and she told me something to the effect of, this is something we can absolutely do for you. It was like a response that's like, yes, we got this, we got you here. So I was super excited because I was really into Radiant Hair Co. wigs at the time, and Lose Wigs did not have that wig in stock in that color. They do not produce that color very often. So I was like, if I want that color, I'm gonna have to go through Radiant Hair. And I wasn't mad at it because I really liked Radiant Hair Co. at the time. So I waited. I also put in another order for a different wig, and I'll talk about that experience after this. But when I got photos weeks later of what the colorist had done to customize a current stock Loving, what's the name of the color, wig, to make it what I was requesting, I was not happy with it. There was all this blonde going through it. There was all this dimension. She referred to the wig as like dark and gloomy or something like that. And that's not what it was. It looked to me like nothing had really changed much with the wig. Like it was a loving wig, which is not what I wanted. I wanted a custom wig that looked like the color OC. And I was trying to be nice about it, and I was like, hey, this is kind of what I see. I see this blonde going through it, and then, you know, we went back and forth, and the kind of the end result was, you know, she said it was just like the ring light, and it was dark and it was moody or whatever. And so I thought, well, I've been happy thus far with all of her products, so let's just get the wig home and see what it looks like in person. I got the wig home. It was not good. It looked exactly like it did in the pictures, except I noticed that the rooting on top looked just like the rooting from the Loving wig. It was very dark and harsh. Looks nothing like the inspiration photo, which is the larger photo here that I had sent her that she said she could produce. So I, you know, contacted the owner, Natalie, and I said, you know, I'm sorry to be a bother, but this doesn't look like what I was expecting. I said something along those lines, and we went back and forth, and the summary of it all was that she was not taking any accountability for the fact that the wig does not look like what she told me that they could produce. She was offering me to either dye it a darker color so that that rooting wouldn't have such a stark difference, or they could lighten the rooting and they could kind of tackle the color process again. Now, if you know anything about wigs, you know that wigs are super fragile, that hair does not grow back, those knots are also super fragile, and the lace is also something you want to be really careful with. So I did not feel super comfortable about that wig being bleached, processed again. I didn't want to pay, you know, however much I paid, and I know for a fact the color processing, the extra color add-on that I did to the wig, I think that was $400. So that was on top of the like over $2,000 price of the wig. So I was paying a lot of money for this wig, and I didn't want to pay for something that wasn't what I was promised. That just didn't seem fair to me. And so I did not agree with her suggestions of darkening or having her colorist go back over it. I wanted to send it back, get my money back, or store credit. You know, I really liked that company. If you check out her website, you check out her Instagram, like it's very warm and inviting and fun. You know, she's super cute. And it's like, I, you know, didn't want to cause drama, but it was like, I spent a good amount of money and have spent a good amount of money with this company. And it's like, I felt like I should be taken care of. You know, especially like whenever you spend a lot of money on something, the more money you tend to spend, the more you kind of feel like you should be treated fair. You know, you don't have to be like catered to, but you expect for people to treat, you know, you how they would want to be treated. And I'm a business owner myself. I take care of my clients. My products that I sell, what I sell sells for between $3,000 to $6,000. Like, I take care of people, and if somebody's not happy as a business owner, you do everything you can do to make that situation right. And she was just took no accountability for it, and it was not good. There was also an issue with my second custom order. She did not send me photos of it when it was completed for me to approve. When I received the wig, and again, it was a long wig. It was in the color royal. It was supposed to be a duplicate of something she had previously made that was on her website or Instagram. I forget where I found the photo, but it was something her colorist had made, and there were supposed to be curtain bangs. Well, the bangs stopped right here. They weren't like curtain bangs, which like come down here and stay out of your face. They constantly like went in, and the color was not what I expected either. There was like, it was supposed to have all this like blonde going through it, and it pretty much had no blonde. It looked just like a dark brown, almost black wig. So that, when I got that, I sold it on eBay pretty much right away. I did bring that wig up to her, and I said, hey, you know, you didn't even let me know this wig was done. It wasn't what I was expecting. And she did not want to deal with it, didn't want to hear about it, and just said that wig is irrelevant. I wasn't asking for anything like any type of refund or return on that wig. I was just letting her know, hey, your communication really sucked when it came to this wig, kind of like stacking things to show you the way you handled this wasn't great. My experience with this customization and that one haven't been great. And she wanted nothing to do with it. So that's my experience with Radiant Hair Co. I am now blacklisted from her company because I'd actually like reached back out to her recently. And again, all this stuff went down in 2023. And I told her after our communication back and forth and after I was refunded, that I'm sorry how this was, and that, in the future, I'm just going to stick to ordering in stock wigs so that I know exactly what I'm getting and there's no issue with the customization. That way there's no problems. And she told me that based off of our prior interaction or something like that, to that effect, that she would not be selling to me, which is totally fine. There are many other wig manufacturers that I would recommend. I just really liked one wig that she made in one color, and I couldn't find anybody else who had that in stock. And I have an issue a little bit with the customization process from this experience. So it's fine, but that was kind of how she responded to that. And that's my experience with Radiant Hair Co. Like I said, I think there's other great manufacturers out there. I think it says a lot about a person, how they treat their customers, and especially customers who spend a lot of money. And, you should take care of everybody the same. You should treat everybody like they are the most important thing in the world, because they are there supporting your small business, and that's not how she treated me. So that's my opinion. And if you guys have any feedback, feel free to post it in the comments. If you had a good experience with her, I'm super happy for you. If you love that wig, I'm so happy for you, because that's awesome. Like, I don't want anybody else to have a bad experience with her. And, I wish her and her company nothing but the best. But yeah, that's just my experience. Bye guys.